Hello and welcome once again to Harrow Park Model Railway. I had a short break due to my summer holiday, and now I'm back here again and carrying on with the series Triang, the history of Triang locomotives. We're now at part 7 and we're looking at the R155, the Bobo configuration road switcher, which was in the Transcontinental range, based on the ALCO 1500 horsepower RS2 locomotive, which was very popular in Canada. The first one you're going to see is, let's bring it into view, is the green version. The green version was used on the front cover of the 1957 catalogue, but it was not mentioned inside the catalogue, only the yellow one was mentioned. What you see here, let's have a look at let's bring it up close, look at the detail. The stripe along here and the writing, Triang Railways, and the number, which is 5007, although the number's a bit faded there, was all in white, and the Triang Railways shield is also in white. The hazard stripes came out about a year later, and so that means that this green one was probably produced for the Canadian market. It was only in the UK range, the British range, for 1 year only, same as the maroon, although the yellow one carried on till 1963. That's the green one. And then the next one I'm going to show you is the maroon one. This one never appeared in the UK catalogue at all, although it was available in the UK for its first year. And like the green one, Triang Railways, the stripe along the side and the TR shield, that was all in white. And that's the maroon one. The maroon one and the green one are very, very difficult to obtain. And then we've got the yellow one. And there's the yellow one. Now, the stripe, if I hold the green one above it, I think I can do that. If I do this, right, you'll see that the stripe here is red, whereas on the maroon and the green it's white. And here the writing is also in red, the Triang Railways. And this one stayed in the catalogue in this form for about 1 or 2 years, and then it got the hazard stripes. Now I'm now going to show you the next version that's got before I take it away, that's got the Mark II couplings. See the Mark II couplings here, which ran till about to the very end of 1958. And the next one we've got is this one, and this is the 1959 version. I know that because it's got the Mark III couplings that came out at the end of 58, early 59. And the main difference between this one and the other one, it's got the hazard stripes. If I take it back a bit, there, put it on there. See the light working there? Right. And put this one on top. Oh, I'm going to take the camera back a bit. See if I can do that right. You'll see that, let's put it about there. Right, there we can see it. Right, you'll see that the hazard stripes are here, and the number's been changed. There it's 5007, and now it's been changed to 7005. And the other main difference, apart from the hazard stripes being added, if we turn it around to this way and put them there, you'll see that the early version does not have a metal ring around the light, no eyelet, whereas this one's got a metal eyelet here around the light, and that's the same. I'll turn it around, and that's the same for the reverse as well. There's an eyelet here, and the early version is just plastic, and that's the same, and that's exactly the same for the maroon. There's no eyelet on it here, and the green version, although it's got the later hazard stripes where the green carried on being produced for the Canadian market, it still does not have the eyelet here, the metal eyelet around the light. And that was and those two, the maroon and the green, were taken out the catalogue. Well, not even in the catalogue really. They were taken away from the British market fairly quickly, and this was the one that dominated the market for the road switcher for the Continental version. What I've noticed here on the others, the screws are left silver, and here they've been painted yellow. Then the next version that we're going to be looking at, about 1960, probably late 1960, early 1961, there was another major change. Well, the first thing you notice is that it doesn't have Triang railways on it. The one behind does. It's got Transcontinental written here. The hazard stripes have stayed, the numbers stayed the same. What has changed is that on the later one, I'll just put it into view so you can see it as well as me. These bogies tend to have a life of their own. Right. The later one has a very narrow shield, whereas the early ones had a very wide shield. Now, as it changed the name from Triang Railways on the livery to Transcontinental, the TR shield could be Transcontinental Railways or Triang Railways, whichever you wanted, however you interpreted it. What is different is the body. Now, first of all, you may notice that I'm going to point it out. The bottom one here is a very lighter yellow, whereas the top one, and right from the beginning in 1957, was a very deep, darker yellow. That's the difference with the colour. Now, other differences is they changed the body in 1960-61. Improvements. Here you see, this is the later one, a little hatch here which is sort of bolted down, and it doesn't appear on this one. So that's one change. Another major change is actually the grille here on top with the exhaust. There's the early one. It's got like a very fine net on there, sort of thing. Whereas this one, it's got these diagonal and vertical lines here, which appeared on the later body. Was there another difference to the body? Yes, there was. You'll see this hatch here, this like grill thing here, appears on the later one, and on the early one, it's just smooth there. So that's a major difference to the body. And like I said, this version came out about 1961. I'm going to put it on the track and then see. I think it needs a bit of a service before I actually run it properly right. And this one stayed in the UK catalogue until 1963. And then the next change was in 2 years' time, 1965. But not released in the UK, but released in Canada and for export. And this is the CN, Canadian National, with the spaghetti lettering, again with the stripe along the bottom, and the number on it, 3000. There's the front. I'll show you the rear. It's got the dark red, and it's got the Mark II body with the grille here, and the little hatch there, and this piece here. And that came out in 1965. And it ran till about 1968. And then in 1969, there came like a red version with the CP, Canadian Pacific, but I don't have a Canadian Pacific. But the Canadian Pacific came out in 1969, and production of this model stopped in all forms in about 1973, when export to Canada, Australia, New Zealand finally stopped. Roughly about the time that Britain went into the EU, because when one of the reasons they went into the European Union, one of the not reasons, what is it? One of the drawbacks was that they lost contact with Canada, export to Canada, New Zealand, and Australia, and South Africa, because they had to deal within the EU, and that stopped Triang exports to the Dominions. So we looked at, this time we looked at the R155 Road Switcher from 1957. And next week we're going to be looking at the EMU and the DMU for the UK market. Thanks for taking a look, and I hope you enjoyed it. One thing I would like to mention, that we looked at the bogie, the power bogie. It's exactly the same power bogie that was used the year before in this little fellow. No change whatsoever. Exactly the same power bogie. So they were obviously looking for additional locomotives to make use of a power bogie that they'd already created. Okay, that's it then for this week, and there we go. One last look at I love this particular one. It's really lovely, and of course the green one, and they're all good. There's the green one again. Okay, bye bye then, and thanks for taking a look.